What's going on, guys? My name is Simon Rochford. I'm a headshot, portrait and event photographer based in Vancouver, BC, and welcome back to my channel. So the coronavirus. Yes, it's still something that's going on right now, and it's having a devastating effect throughout the world. We're trying to combat things and flatten the curve through social distancing and isolation. But the result of that is it can have a massive negative impact on a lot of people's businesses. As photographers, many of us are not shooting right now whatsoever, and even as amateurs or enthusiasts, we're not able to have the opportunity to go out and shoot like we used to. When we shoot, we improve our skills. But how are we able to improve our skills when we're isolated? Well, in today's video, I'm going to go over 5 different places online that you can improve your skills on while in isolation. Number 1, YouTube. Yes, it was bound to come up at some point, so let's get this one out of the way to start off with. YouTube is an amazing place for education. There are so many different videos that cover lighting, photography, editing, and even the business of photography in itself. There are so many different creators that are out there able to share their knowledge that you can take advantage of. I've spent a lot of time following different creators and photographers like Jessica Cabesi, Manny Ortiz, Robert Hall is fantastic as well, and John Gress, but to name just a few people on YouTube that have great channels. Actually, earlier this year, I took a workshop with John Gress down in LA where I was able to learn more about composition, lighting, and working with models, and it was an absolute game changer. It was a fantastic course, so not really something that we can do now because of social isolation, but once the coronavirus is all over and done with, go check out John Gress's work and sign up for one of his workshops. It is amazing, and yeah, he's awesome, so shout out to you, John. The only downside of YouTube is that there are so many videos. Yes, there are thousands and thousands of videos, which is great in one hand, but also a bit of a nightmare when you're trying to find the needle in the haystack of awesome videos. I've spent a lot of time trying to find really good editing videos, and sometimes I've struggled. Maybe when it comes to editing something in Photoshop, you find a video that tackles the issue you're dealing with, but at the same time it's a video from 2005, and the version of Photoshop is not the one that you're using anymore, and maybe even the technique is outdated. So watch out for that. You might need to spend a little bit of time going through all the videos, but nonetheless, YouTube's a fantastic place to start refining your skills. Place number 2, FStoppers.com. Yes, the guys at FStoppers create amazing content here on YouTube, even though I forgot to mention them before. Sorry about that, guys. But they also do a lot of paid for content on their website. You can download these massive videos. Some of them are even like 12 hours long that they've produced, and they have so much detail into certain aspects of photography. I'm not affiliated or sponsored by FStoppers. Those guys probably don't even know who I am, but from my own experience, I downloaded the video Perfecting the Headshot, which has Peter Hurley in it, and he's going over headshot photography, obvious. But the depth and level of detail that the whole video goes into is fantastic. Now, bear in mind, this is not free. That video was about $300, so that might seem a lot to some people. It was to me when I bought it, but it's definitely worth the investment to get an insider look on some of the world's leading photographers. However, right now they are offering 30% off their videos, so if you want to get a little bit of a deal on something specific, go ahead and do that. And they're also offering 60% off of multiple videos. So if you buy like 3 or 4 together, you'll get a really, really good deal. The benefit of these videos is they really take their time to deep dive into each segment. So I watched a video on headshots. It was 10 hours of headshot photography. Maybe you're into architectural photography or wedding photography, and that's something that you really want to focus on and educate yourself about. These are the videos for you. Place number 3, Peter Hurley's Headshot Crew. Yes, jumping off the back of buying Perfecting the Headshot, I went straight in and signed up for his Headshot Crew. It's a fantastic online community of about 15,000 plus photographers throughout the world that a lot of them very much specify in headshots. It's a great place for education, critique, feedback, and even able to up your skills by refining your work. One thing to keep in mind though is that this is not free. You can get a free subscription, but you don't really get much for it. But there's 3 different tiered levels: silver, gold, and platinum. On the gold and platinum levels, you get to be able to submit your work and get feedback, progress through that to be able to become an associate or maybe a mentor later on. But it's a fantastic place to be able to educate yourself, and I can't speak enough words about it. It's been a massive impact on my life and on my business. I am going to create a separate video because there's far too much to talk about it in this video, but if you're specifically into headshots, this is a great place to go, and you get fantastic mentorship from Peter Hurley and other really good photographers. Place number 4, Adobe Tutorials. Where better to learn about Adobe products than from the guys that made them at Adobe? Now, on the website, which I'll link down below for learning about Adobe products, I'm going to specialize in looking at just the Photoshop area. So for that, you get 2 different levels of instructional videos. You get the beginner section and you get the experience section. So it's really good that it's split up into 2 different areas. As a more experienced Photoshop user, I'm able to look at certain things which maybe as a beginner you would get overwhelmed by, and vice versa. The videos range on the levels of difficulty of what you're wanting to do. So on the easier end of things, it's talking about how to resize an image, which for someone like me is fairly simple. But if you've never used Photoshop before, then that's something that you really want to know pretty early on. On the advanced side of things, there's a really good video that I saw that talked about advanced techniques for selecting hair. Now, as a headshot photographer and portrait photographer, that's something that's really important to me and something that I really want to refine my skills on. So really, the Adobe Tutorials has something for everyone. Place number 5, Skillshare. Yes, they're not actually a sponsor of this video, but they will be at some point. Anyway, Skillshare is something actually that I haven't used, so I can't give a review of that or give my opinion. But what I have seen is that it's probably one of the best places to go right now because of the coronavirus, as they're giving 2 months free. So that's something worth looking into. And even just having flicked on the homepage, I've not even signed up yet. I will after I post this video. But what I've seen is that there is a wealth of knowledge there. With Skillshare, it covers such a variety of different topics: business, illustration, lifestyle, Instagram influencing. Becoming an Instagram influencer. That's only 4. But anyway, it covers so many different topics, which is great. But what's really good is you're able to narrow down and focus on those areas very quickly. And with Skillshare, you've got qualified instructors that are leaving high quality videos there for you to learn from. For me, in the photography section, there seems to be a couple of videos talking about photo retouching, which is something that I want to work on. So I'm going to be looking at that, and I'll make a video. If you want to see that video, leave a comment down below and I will make that later on. So there you have it. 5 different places online where you can refine your skills as a photographer during isolation. I hope you've liked this video. If you have, please give it a like. Please subscribe as well if you haven't already, and really support this channel. If there's anywhere that I've missed and not mentioned that you've benefited from regards photography and education, please leave a comment down below. And until next time, stay safe.